First steps for MetaSheets. First, we need to import the MetaSheets add-on. MetaSheets comes with various examples. If you don't want the additional files, just untick the examples folder. To launch MetaSheets, select Assets and then MetaSheets. This is the main interface of MetaSheets. On the right tab, there is a Help section with links to the documentation, the type references, and the support links. Reading the documentation will help you understand how to implement certain types for your data in your spreadsheet. Let's add a new spreadsheet. First, we're adding a new spreadsheet in Google Docs. Give it a title. This title can be any arbitrary value. I will name the sheet Cities and label the first column as ID. Next, I'm going to add another column called Language. For the next column, I want to force an integer value for the type of population. So int population. And finally, I'm going to populate the data with some sample cities. In this case, Sydney, London, and Berlin. So next is London. And finally, Berlin. The final step is to publish this document. So go to File, Publish for the web. This will publish the document, but unlisted on the internet. Let's copy the URL so we can use it in MetaSheets. Back in Unity, open up MetaSheets and paste the document URL into the document key. Next, enter a class name and finally press the Generate Data.cs button. This will download the spreadsheet and generate the C# code. MetaSheets generated two files, the data C# script and a settings file for MetaSheets. When we open the script, we can actually see how MetaSheets generated the code. To better visualize the data, I'm going to write a sample script to display a very simple UI. I will need a monobehavior script for this as well. I will be creating the UI in an onGUI loop. First, I want to display the number of cities we have in the data. To enter the data, enter the class name followed by the sheet name. Remember, the class name is the generated class name, and the sheet name is the name of the sheet in a spreadsheet. As you can see, it auto-completes our code. Right now I'm adding the property length. And when we play the scene, we can see that it lists 3 cities, just like in our spreadsheet. Next, let's read out another property from the spreadsheet. like population. And so we write data.cities.sydney.population. As you can see, it all auto-completes nicely in the code editor. And so when we test this in Unity, we can see that it lists the population of Sydney, just like in the spreadsheet. Next, let's add a for each loop. But before we can do that, let's have a look at the class of each of the city objects. As you can see, it's stored in a special namespace. So let's copy this and write our for each loop. So the namespace dot cities in data.cities. And let's transfer all the labels inside the loop. And when we test, we can see that it lists all of the items of the spreadsheet. For better readability, I'm going to wrap this into a horizontal layout. Next, I'm listing each ID. Each their language. When we jump to the declaration, we can actually see that it generated an enum for the languages, in this case of values English and German. So I'm just going to add a toString just in case. And this concludes the introduction video to MetaSheets. Thank you for watching.